Hi everyone, it's Jen with Marching Arts TV, and I am back with another video for you. Unfortunately, when you see videos like this, it's because I can't be on the podcast recording this weekend. I have family commitments again, and so I am going to miss this weekend's recording, which is really unfortunate because we are going to have a special guest on the pod this weekend, and I'm really sad to miss this conversation because I've actually not been able to line up with him person to person just by messaging, and he is part of an organization that I love. It's like my adopted drum corps, so I'm sorry to miss it. In the meantime, I'm going to talk about color guard, as I do. I love being able to bring a little bit of color guard into a drum corps podcast. So, very quickly, very shortly, I'm going to talk about flags and a good flag ensemble moment and how they're a little bit of a rarity this summer. This summer, we seem to have a lot of huge weapons moments. The trend right now is full guard on some kind of weapon, big rifle statements, big saber statements, but at the cost of, and this is hard for me to say because I am a weapon. I did spin weapon. And I have always been like, rifles and sabers are so cool. But there's something so gorgeous about a flag statement, especially when the flag statement is done well. A really good unison flag statement has like GE out the doors when it's done cleanly. And it brings so much impact to what you're doing on the field. I'm going to bring up an example here from last year that nobody ever really sees because there's such a huge other moment happening. 2024 Phantom Regiment. Of course I'm going to talk about Phantom Regiment. 2024 Phantom Regiment. Mind. Everybody knows the show. That closer, when the horn line starts doing the Z pull and everybody's like freaking out because that's like the best GE moment of the season. Stop, go back, watch the flags. They are doing the most amazing work. It's unison, and then it's layered, and then it's back to unison. And the kudos to the staff for that moment. In fact, when I saw them at the end of the season, I was like, that's like my favorite moment. That red flag word, oh, so gorgeous. So I'm already like in love with our staff and their ability to create these unison and layered impact moments. So, without further ado, I'll talk about my first favorite flag statement of DCI 2025 so far. That is Phantom Regiment 2025, the opener. I went back and forth about whether I would choose the opener or I would choose the closer because I love those yellow flags, the pop of yellow. But I eventually went with the opener because as far as GE and the horn line doing the slow company front before it dissolves away, the flags are mirroring that with this huge ensemble statement that kind of dissolves away into layers. It's just a beautiful moment. It's beautiful across the board. The horns, the percussion, the arrangements, the choreography, all of it fits so well that having 50 people on the field spinning the same counts for just, even if it's 32 counts, it just hits in the feelings. And so that so far is one of my, in no particular order, favorite statements of 2025 so far. Number two, at the back end of a show, is the Blue Devils. They do this condensed block flag ensemble moment, like in the last minute of the show, where the props are all in a circle and the horn line's kind of doing this wave throughout, weaving through the props with the flags in the middle. It's condensed. It's a dense form. It's very reminiscent of 2017 Santa Clara Vanguard, which might be one of the cleanest flag statements in DCI history. It's so beautiful and so clean for this time of year. It's just a cool statement. And then it continues on as they trade places with the horn line and finish outside of the props, and the horn line finishes in that condensed block. So that last minute of the show is love it, love it, love it. Going on, number 3, back to the opener. I see a pattern here. Troopers, Final Sunset. Their opening flag hit when the horn line parks and blows. Maybe they're marching, I don't know. That it's kind of this mass form that feels like it's moving on the diagonal a little bit. It's really, I love, like I said, they cover the entire field. Flags are going like crazy. It's great choreography. It's appropriately clean for this time of year. And I love the fact that it is the Troopers, because Troopers Guard for the last 3 years has taken a lot of heat. They came in 15th in semifinals last year. And so there was kind of one direction that their guard needed to go, and they did it. They're doing great this year. They've made vast improvements. I said that in my last podcast. Also, they have really come a long way, and that opening flag statement not only is great for the show, but it is a statement, exclamation point, for the Troopers color guard. They're saying, we are here and we are serious, and you need to take us seriously because we're not messing around this year. So great job, Troopers. I love it. Give me more. Thank you. And last but not least, the Colts with their Restless Dreams, something like that. I'm terrible at show names. I'm sorry. I forget names too. Their closer. See, told you there was a pattern. Opening, closing, opening, closing. They're huge red flags. Maybe it's because I come from Phantom Regiment, who was lovingly called the Fabric Regiment for so many years, but those flags are giant, and they take some serious muscle to power through that choreography. But it is so much color. It reminds me a lot of, this is going to show my age, Miss Saigon, the umbrellas that Santa Clara had. There was just all these pops of red everywhere. Red on the field is one of my favorite things. And those big red flags in the Colts closer, if they can kind of zhuzh up some of the angles and the phasing in that, it's such a cool statement. It's big and it's bold, and it's like, we are here, and this is, everything is forte. It's great. It's great. So I love it because that flag is also shaped differently. It's like a whole pole. There's no end to the pole. There's no flag silk in the top third. It's like the whole pole, and that takes a lot of muscle to do that choreography and get those flags going. So I really love those flags, and it's a great moment for them. So there you go. Now I do have a couple of things that I'm kind of on the fence about. So we're going to stick with Colts. I'm a little bit on the fence with their big athletic flags, as I like to call them, that are phasing out into the ballad. They do remind me of a football team's cheer squad. Not sure where I'm sitting with those. I think it's not the transition, because I do love the transition. It takes my eye away from the transitioning prop, but I just don't know if I like the silks. This segues into a Cavaliers moment, because I'm going to have 2 from the Colts and 2 from the Cavaliers. We're making choices here, right? Colts and Cavaliers have tiny little pennant flags, and I'm not sure I'm in love with those. I just don't think they visually pop as much as I want them to. And it could be just the color choice of the silks, but they're clean. The work is good. I just don't know if I really enjoy that particular shape. We'll see how it goes to the end of the year. So maybe I'll like it. And then Cavaliers, I'm going to wrap up with your cutout flags. I am not sure if I need to see this in person again. There's some visual dirt going on, not because of cleanliness. I love you're using when you step through those flags and you kind of pop in and out of them. That's cool. I think when you're spinning them normally, I'm catching glimpses of whatever is through the hole in the background that is creating a little bit of visual, like, where do I look? And that could just be me and my ADHD. I feel like I have visual ADHD. Like, if there's too much going on, I kind of lose the point a little bit. So those may grow on me. I need more runs. However, I don't want to end on a bad note with the Cavaliers. I do want to say, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about weapons. You have some great weapons moments. Oh my gosh. And the rotating circles, that saber work. I love it. You have a couple little condensed pods of rifles that do like group tosses, like an ensemble toss. So good. And I love that you are emoting like strength again. I don't want to dog on past color guards, but there is a confidence that I am seeing in Cavaliers color guard this year that I haven't seen. And it's a confidence not only in the performance, but it's confidence in the choreography too. So I'm really excited to see where Cavaliers end, because they have a lot of really great things cooking, and the show just needs a little more time to cook, and you're getting some great love from the judges in the form of a 5-point bump last night. Ooh, so keep it coming. So now that I've mentioned scores, I'm going to talk a little bit about scores. And I know we always say don't compare scores from show to show. Like, don't rank, don't slot, blah, blah, blah. But we all do it anyway. So we might as well talk about the elephant in the room, So one of my most interesting things, because these shows are, like Troopers are not at the same show with Blue Stars and da-da-da-da-da. But if you look at 9 through 11, there's a 0.3 of a point difference between the Troopers, the Blue Stars, and the Colts. Now, the Troopers and the Colts were at the same show. And they literally, the Troopers beat the Colts by 0.3. Then also you go down to Spirit in 12th, Blue Knights in 13th, Music City in 14th. There is literally a 0.5 point difference between those three drum corps. Now, Spirit and Music City were at the same show, but Blue Knights hasn't performed in 2 days. So I expect these things to kind of breathe and shift around. But it's shaping up to be a really exciting year of drum corps. And that's all I want to say, is that, we're not trying to compare from show to show to show and take that word gospel. What I'm seeing is that these are clumps of scorings that are creating some dynamics and some drama a little bit in our, and some fun stuff to talk about in early season drum corps. Now, of course, we have one more weekend, and then next week we go into Texas and San Antonio Championships, which will be our first true look at everybody all together. So I'm really, really excited about that. It's just an exciting time. I'm just so happy the drum corps is back. I love a good drum corps season, and I think this one's really shaping up to that. So, in recap, I won't be on the podcast this weekend. I love a good flag statement. Keep up the great work, Cavaliers. And wow, what fun scores. In the meantime, if you want to hear more and you want to see more, like and subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on YouTube. Join our Facebook group. We do have one. And you won't miss a single thing. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments. I want to hear, leave your comments. I want to hear about your favorite flag statements or your favorite color guard moments of the season so far. Tell me more. All right, we'll see you later.